Hello, and welcome to Biofilm News, your source for latest news in biomedical research and industry. My name is Pavel Ryzhov. Before we start with our news stories, I wanted to say thank you once again for your continued support of my channel. It really means a lot to me, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date. Also, please like and share this video with 2 of your colleagues, and this would really help me grow my channel as well as deliver more news and interviews to you. Thank you very much. Today, we're going to talk about 5 recent news from biotech and pharma world. The links to today's stories are provided in the description below. Let's get into the news. First story today is about Abbott's rapid point-of-care test for COVID-19. This test can detect antibodies against SARS-CoV-2 in as little as 5 minutes. According to the article from MedTech Dive, FDA expressed its formal concerns over reports of higher rates of false negatives with Abbott's test. Its competitor, Cepheid, which has its own version of diagnostic test called Expert Express, was shown in 2 separate studies to be better in eliminating these false negative results. Abbott is currently working with FDA to conduct post-market research to better understand the potential problems, and in the meantime, will continue to provide this test to people. Second story, courtesy of MedTech Dive, is about Labcorp, which recently announced expansion to the availability of its at-home collection test kits to detect COVID-19. This service, called Pixel, can be used by more people besides just frontline workers. To aid in bolstering this testing capacity, Labcorp, along with other members of American Clinical Laboratory Association, has requested for additional funding from the US government to cover the costs of rapid expansion of their testing capabilities. Third story is about the merger of Abbvie and Allergan, courtesy of Fierce Pharma. FTC has recently accepted the merger between Abbvie and Allergan after nearly a year since it was originally announced. This would effectively create a 4th largest worldwide drug maker, and the deal, valued at $63 billion, would help boost the Abbvie's portfolio against competition, which for the long time was biased and contingent upon the success of Humira, its famous rheumatoid arthritis drug. Merger with Allergan will also bring blockbusters such as Botox into Abbvie's revenue stream. Fourth story from Fierce Biotech is about the startup called Dyno Therapeutics that has recently come out of stealth and unveiling its AI-based technology called Dyno Capsid Map for designing synthetic adeno-associated viral capsids for expanding the applications of future gene therapies. It also announced strategic partnerships with Novartis and Sarepta to address serious eye diseases and muscle diseases, respectively. In its press release, Dyno also touted potentially receiving well over $2 billion in terms of upfront payments, milestone achievements, and R&D support. The final story from Fierce Pharma is about Gilead's Remdesivir, which has recently received emergency use authorization from FDA for treatment of severe COVID-19 patients. Gilead announced that it signed non-exclusive licensing agreements with generic drug manufacturers to produce Remdesivir for low- and middle-income countries. This deal implies no royalties to be paid for the duration of the pandemic or until another COVID-19 therapy becomes available. And this concludes today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it and found it informative. Please subscribe and like this video, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.